Hello, I'm Steph from iDriver Classic, and today we are on a challenge set by Up and Down Bids, or as some of you may know him as Kitch or Richard Kitchen, because he wants to raise a brilliant amount of money for Sophie's Legacy, a wonderful charity which does so much to help so many parents and children in hospital. And as part of that, it's a 24-hour driving challenge. Now, we toy with various different vehicles to bring, and we have borrowed this incredible, I was going to call it a saucy C5, but I'm going to go with that. It's a saucy C5, and it is owned by Darren, Selina and Thomas, and they have raised over £80,000 with this particular car. And so they asked us, did we want to use this car for the challenge? And we were like, absolutely, because we want to try and help them hit over £100,000 of fundraising with a car that costs less than £500 to buy. As you can see, it's got a bit of Jurassic Park theming to it, and we're going to be driving for 24 hours. Now, we don't want to give our game plan away to everybody else that's here. So we're going to update you when we get in the car and tell you what we're going to be doing for the next 24 hours and why we're dubbing it the Really Rude Road Trip. I thought you might also like to see what everybody else was driving on this challenge. We've got a couple of 90s cars, including the 5 Grand Merc owned by Classics World. You've got the Subaru Impreza, and then you've got a BYD Seal, our only electric contender. We are now on the road to Poole because, as we said, it's the Really Rude Road Trip, which means if you are of nervous disposition or you've got younger people in the house, this video might be a little bit saucy, but hopefully not too much. Now, on the way to Poole, we are stopping at Sandy Bulls. However, we also have a long old list of challenges, and one of them is to get a pre-2000 car. Fred, get it quick. There we go, look, we've done it. We've got a Fiesta, an R-Reg Fiesta.
1998 Fiesta.
Right. Fred, pull your phone out and get a picture of that. I'll hold this camera. This is turning, quick. Right, Fred's gonna get that. I'm gonna read you the challenge. Hopefully you can see me on the camera. We have got to deliver a snack box to our nominated hospital, which is Poole. We've got to take a photo of our car parked next to a yellow car. We've got to take a photo of one of Sophie's favourite animals in our car, either a dog, pig or penguin. And you can do all of them. So penguin is 125 points, so we'll try and go for that one. We have to film a pantograph wiper in action. We have to get a car photographed inside this car, get a car photographed inside the showroom of a main dealer of, well, a Citroen main dealer with a for sale sign in it. These challenges are set by JM, these ones. He's also challenged us to get the car photographed on the forecourt of a dealer that either sells or once sold Citroen. Well, I reckon we can do that. Auto shenanigans, collect an item from motorway service station that starts with the same letter as our car model. So we are looking for something that begins with a C. That should be fairly easy. But you get you get 5 points for the most interesting item. It's going to be judged by John at 1 PM on Sunday. Photograph a BYD Seal. So basically, we've got to photograph all the cars, but we've already done that, so we're all good. Photograph a Rover. Photograph any car of the same type owned by me. So this is Kitch's cars. So we need to go for a 106, a C6, a TVR, or an SM. Right, what else have we got on here? Photograph any pre-2000 car. Well, we've just got that one. Photograph of any Triumph. Deliver additional supplies to subsequent hospitals. Get someone to donate to the Just Giving page whilst on the road. Points to donation amount in GBP. They must quote your team name in the comment box. Photograph car and team at the football stadium. And then we've got to get one of us at a race circuit. We've got to get a photograph of the boat, but we're on our way to Poole, so we should be okay. Photograph of a train with our car. Oh my God, I've just come up with a belter. We'll just get a Thomas the Tank Engine train from the charity shop. Brilliant. Right, as soon as we can, we pull off at a charity shop and try and fill in some gaps on this. We have to tell a stranger that Kitch owns a Citroen SM in English and also in French. These are our challenges. We're going to try and absolutely nail it, even though we're not competitive whatsoever, and try and visit as many rude place names as possible. Wish us luck. How are we doing for our first rude stop, James?
We're in the New Forest. We've been about 40 minutes from the start point, and we're heading into the area where we will find Sandy Balls Holiday Park. Now we're not quite sure, who Sandy Balls is, whether Sandy is a he or a she, in fact. But they have a holiday park, and we need that sign that says Sandy Balls Holiday Park. That is our first stop today, and then we're off to Poole to drop all the stuff at the hospitals, aren't we?
And also we're rover spotting, aren't we? I don't think I've ever driven past so many car parks so slowly.
Yeah, we're looking for rovers. We're looking for, so part of the challenges, one of the challenges is to find a rover, another challenge is to find a yellow car of any description.
We saw one whizzing past, but you've got to be photographed next to the yellow car. So.
Yeah.
Right, the journey continues. Let's get to
Here we
Sandy
go.
Balls.
Wait.
Oh,
wait.
we're here.
Wait. I see
Yes.
Sandy Balls. Sandy
Let's
Balls.
zoom in.
There it is.
Our first rude place name.
Welcome to Sandy Balls.
We continued through the beautiful British countryside, and if you want to check this out for yourself, we are in the New Forest. Now if you're going down to the New Forest, you must check out Bewley Motor Museum, a really great day out. Now we thought everything was going smoothly. We thought that we were driving to Poole, stuck behind your usual holiday makers, and things weren't going to go to amiss. And then we came unstuck with somebody on 4 legs.
Well, here we are in the beautiful New Forest as the sun's dipping low in the sky, and we're doing 35 miles an hour, avoiding horses and cattle and whatever else you find here in the New Forest. We're on our mission. We've got a horse coming up actually, so look at that, look at that. Oh, and there we go. Is horse on the challenge list? Have we?
No, we don't have horse on the list.
Well, that's a shame. Hello, horse. Did that actually happen? Okay, well, we'll edit that bit out. So yeah, here we are, lovely New Forest.
Okay, one of our challenges is to get a photograph on a Citroen forecourt with the manager of the dealership, and also to try and get inside as well. So you can see here, there's our proof over there. We're at the Citroen dealership. Hurrah! It's all the PSA Peugeot stuff. Anyway, fingers crossed, James has gone in to schmooze the manager, so hopefully we'll get at least one photograph with him. Come on, let's go see what we're doing. Well, it turns out the dealership were good sports because they let us take the photo. Then it was time to head off to Poole Hospital to make our deliveries. So we had these great little packs where we could give the hospital all these various bits and pieces, including snacks, supplies, and everything that parents need when they rush into hospital and have to support their children. So we delivered to 2 different wards, and goodness me, the hospital was an absolute maze. How do you think we're doing on the challenges?
I think we're doing quite well. We've got quite a few ticked off already. We're just really struggling to find boats.
Oh, wait!
Oh, of course, yeah.
Ta-da!
One of the serious boats, Ireland Ally.
One of the serious boats. I mean, we have decided that we were just going to go and buy a child's toy boat, you know, like the ones you have in a bath, if we had to, but we're doing all right.
Yeah.
So now we've got to find a train, a Triumph, a Rover. What else have we got to find?
Penguins, pigs and dogs.
But we've got a little plan. So what we're going to do for penguins, because there's 125 points at stake, is we're going to buy a pack of penguin bars. And they didn't say it had to be a physical penguin or a toy penguin. So, right, we can munch on the way as well. Come on, let's carry on, because we've only got 24 hours. We left Poole at around 6 o'clock, and we realised that we were starting to lose the light, which meant we really needed to hurry up and get some of our better shots in the daytime. However, by this point, we'd ticked off quite a few of the challenges. After our jaunt through Poole, we said, right, we've got to carry on with our rude place names. Now, the next one, I'm not going to say out loud, and I'm merely going to show you, because I do think that YouTube might tell me off. So if you've got any little eyes watching, maybe cover them just now. But anyway, this isn't too far outside of Poole. As the light faded, it was time to head off to Wales. Now, I didn't really know what the plan was because I am hopeless with directions. All I knew was that as it was getting dark, everybody started getting quite excited that we were heading for the Severn Bridge and crossing over, because we were heading off for 3 cocks. And we'd also decided that one of our challenges was to pick up something from a motorway service station, which matched the first letter of our car. And we decided that as we were heading into Wales, and bear in mind there were points for the best item, which we didn't win by the way, the Skoda Felicia won with a pack of Fisherman's Friends, we decided that we were going to go with Welsh cakes. So we came over the Severn Bridge and we headed off for our next rude place name.
Deep in Wales, there is a sort of really weird car that looks like something out of Jurassic Park. Anyway, here we are in Wales, and look who we find here.
I'll tell you what, it's not every day that you get woken up to the sight of 3 cocks, goodness me. I should probably add some context to that in that I have been asleep for I don't know how long, a while. I fell asleep not long after the bridge and James woke me up, thrust some Welsh cakes into my hand and said, look, we have cake, and then brought me here to 3 cocks, and we are having such a great time. Freddie, you are the driver. I'm going to give you the mic. Tell us how the drive is going. Oh, if I can get the mic off. All fingers and thumbs, I finished working out.
Yeah, the drive's been really well so far. Very quiet on these roads down in Wales at this time of night. So yeah, we've got 3 cocks all to ourselves tonight.
Woohoo! Where are we off to next, James? You're all mic'd up.
I believe we are going to Willie.
Oh, where's that?
Oh, somewhere near Rugby. Oh no, wait, we're going to Licky Hills first.
Oh, somebody did say that on the live stream. And we should probably say, at this point, just before 10 p.m, I think it's gone well over now, the target is 24k overall, and it has hit £9,000. I mean, that is incredible. It can do so much good work. And whilst we're having a laugh doing all of this stuff, there is a lot of serious stuff going on in terms of where the money is going, what the money is being raised for. And it's just really good to add some fun to the evening, but also it's the fact that after we've had our fun today, all that money will be going off to do some really impactful stuff. And yeah, well, let's hope it's a little while to Licky, because I could do with another little nap actually. Once we'd got 3 cocks out of our system, it was time to head off to our next adventure, which was back over the border and straight into England. And James said, let's get a picture of the Welsh cakes with the Welcome to Wales sign. However, the only one we could find was Welcome to England. And this is the photograph we ended up with. As you can see, I look slightly crazy because I've been awake for far too long. Okay, we've got no mics on, but what on earth is going on here, James?
Well,
in Wales
you have to pay to get out, and we are at this rickety old bridge.
I can't believe we're being kept ransom by this tiny little machine.
But it's very modern. Normally there'd be a little man in that box there,
yeah,
and he'd be sort of asking you for 2p. But unfortunately, we are now stuck in Wales. We can't leave. We have no means to pay. Oh, hang on, touch screen. It's touch screen in Wales. Look at this. Pay by card. Do we need a season pass?
No.
So we need to pay by card. Has anyone got a card?
Not to hand. Do you want me to start digging?
Yes, please.
Oh,
hang on. Oh.
Fred's got one.
Point the thing there.
Yes, dear. You hold it down.
How does it work? Is this new? No, this is all very new.
Speak up, James.
Right, here we go. We're going to leave Wales via the means of electricity.
It's like Billy Goat's Gruff, this.
I know.
Where's the troll?
Might as well be a highwayman the way this is carrying on.
Holy roll. Okay, here we go. Come on. Payment accepted. What's going to happen?
Psych.
Oh no, I don't want a crossing ticket. Oh, yes, I do want a crossing ticket. I want a souvenir.
Woo! Go! Go!
Where's the? Oh, there. Right,
Go!
I've got it. I've got the ticket. Oh, we're going.
Okay, so confession time. I don't remember any of this. All I remember is I've got it on film, and I refused to get out the car because it was so cold. But I got my shot, my cock shot. Anyway, we carried on driving because we had plenty of places to hit. And wow, I just don't know how these two kept up because their stamina was absolutely brilliant. As for me, I was asleep on the back seat. Now, a big part of this road trip is, of course, as much fun as we're having, is being respectful about other people. And we've come to Licky End, which actually is surprisingly a lot more residential. And the name Licky End is a lot more prominent than I thought it would be. And we were aiming for the social club because we thought that's where the sign would be the biggest. But actually, look at that convenience store and post office. It's enormous. Anyway, we've ticked another box. We've hit Licky End. Where are we off to now, James?
Willie.
We're now off to Willie. See you there. There's a good chunk of the night that I just have no recollection of whatsoever. And this moment, including standing by this sign for a picture, where again I look a little bit crazy, don't remember any of it. It feels utterly bizarre to be chatting to you in the dark. But this is the reality of doing a 24-hour challenge. Now we're getting those miles in, well, should I say that James and Fred are, and I'm helping to remember some of the things that we need to do. And one of those is the challenges. So what we're going to do next is we're going to head for Donington Circuit. Now there are extra points if you can get into the circuit, and I think you just got to have your car on the circuit at 75 points for that. But we're not going to be able to do this at this time of the night. However, what we are going to be able to do is make sure that we get our mandatory picture and we get a picture outside the gate. So at least we get 15 points and we don't get in trouble. And then after that, one of the challenges is to go and photograph a Triumph. And what is near Penistone? My house. And what's at my house? A Triumph. So there we go. One more box we're about to go off and tick. Or, well, actually two. I really wanted a shot on the circuit, but the little man in the booth, who was definitely doing his job properly, told me no. And I don't think that's because I looked slightly frazzled with no shoes on. Anyway, the shot that we got was pretty good, and it got us some points, which of course was the most important thing. We then got back on the really rude road trip and we headed off to Penistone before stopping at my house for a picture of the Triumph.
We are currently in the small town of Wide Open, which is just outside Newcastle upon Tyne. Let's pull over here. There we go. There's the sign ahead of us there. Wide Open. We have no idea why it's called Wide Open. But anyway, so I think from here, this is like the calm before the storm, because there's this massive storm coming in from the west, and it's currently drenching Wales, where we were earlier tonight or last night. And it's heading this way, so we're going to try and beat that by heading to the Tyne Bridge and then the Angel of the North, and where you'll do your next skit, hopefully just before the rain comes. It's going to be a bit blustery up there though, it's a bit high up, so you might want your scarf. Have you finished knitting it yet?
No, not yet.
Ah.
By this point in the trip, we were absolutely exhausted, all of us. However, dawn was on the horizon, because by 7:17 we could finally see a break. And then as we got to the football stadium, everything just started to feel a wee bit lighter. And we also got our picture, and again we were working for those points, because we knew that we weren't going to get the miles in, just like everybody else that had gone to the continent. So we decided that our strategy, even though we definitely weren't competitive, although a lot more competitive than we said we were, we decided that we were really going to go for those points. Now, the next stage of the game was to head off to the Angel of the North. And we said that this was really going to be our most northerly point. We had considered going all the way up into Scotland, but we really had to second guess ourselves, because we knew there was a storm coming. We knew that we just weren't going to be able to get back down, and we also had a pig in our back pocket, which will make more sense coming up later on. But a massive thank you to Neve and of course the team at Stonehurst Farm, because by this point in the morning I was texting people saying, look, I need 50 points. Have you got a pig I can sit by the car? What can I say? We have reached one of the most northerly points that we could have ever have hoped to have reached, and this is absolutely incredible. Now, to give you a perspective for how big this is, it's, I think, the height of 4 double-decker buses and the width of a jumbo jet. Now, the reason that Anthony Gormley picked putting an angel up here, because lots of people have asked him why he picked an angel, was he said that so many people believe in them but they've just never seen them, and he wanted to give people that visual point. And he said it was, well, it represented all the miners that had worked underground, and he also talked about joining up the old school era of magic and folklore and everything else with the new era that was coming in towards the end of the 90s, which was the age of information, so I guess the dawn of the internet and all the rest of it. And it is truly an incredible thing. Feels quite emotional actually. I don't know if that's because we're so tired, but I have only ever seen pictures of this and I've always wanted to see it in real life, and it's definitely for me the highlight of this entire trip. It's beautiful. I know it's such an industrial piece, but wow. We are so lucky to be here.
We made it.
James, what do you think? I'll pass you the mic. Hold on.
We made it. We wanted to come this far north, didn't we? We really wanted to come this far north, and we did it. We've had a really great time, haven't we?
And you and Fred have just been amazing at driving, because it's my turn after this.
Yeah, you've got to do the driving now. We're going to go to sleep. We've been driving through the night, and it's been really good actually. Been listening to the guys doing their live broadcast, and it's been brilliant. It's been really good. But yeah, I think we need a bit of a rest now. And the thing is, we're still only halfway through. You realise? Because I just actually looked at the map. I thought, oh God, we've still got to get south. We've still got to go and visit more ridiculously named places. But I'm just so pleased we made it to the Angel of the North.
Oh, I know. Well done to you and Fred. You've been brilliant. Oh, right, that's it from us up north. It's time to head back down south. You might remember that one of the challenges was to have a picture of a dog in the car, and we actually did it thanks to a random man at the Angel of the North. Wow, we are absolutely exhausted, and coming in with an absolute vengeance is the storm. Now the storm is, you can probably see there, it's just lashing away on the windscreen, and Fred is valiantly driving through it with those windscreen wipers that are going 10 to the dozen. Now we'd had a few other places on our list, but because this whole trip is about enjoying the company of others, having fun, we're going to go and pop in and see our friends Pete and Barry. Now you might remember Pete and Barry because they've been in other videos. So we interviewed Barry all about his life doing Citroen bits and pieces and being a bit of a Citroen genius, and he appeared in the Citroen Car Club rally, and we said we are going to pop in because being in a Citroen, it only feels right. So we've got another hour or so to go, and then we will drop in with Pete and Barry. It was down to the wire, and this was the point we realised that you could photograph as many pre-2000 cars as you wanted. So we said to Barry and Pete, look, we're going to photograph everything, send it in and get as many points as we can. There were also 3 bonus rovers as well. And if you're wondering what happens next, well, we're off to go and get that pig and the 50 points. It's hour 23 of this 24-hour challenge. And goodness me, we are exhausted, as you can probably see from my face, and the general degradation into the giant Morris Minor Owner Club hoodie covered in cat hair. We are now on the hunt for a pig because there are 50 points for a pig, and we are visiting Stonehurst Farm. It's beautiful here. If you've never been, you should come down. They've got all sorts of classic and retro vehicles. In fact, let me show you and then we'll go for a pig hunt. Stonehurst Farm is one of my favourite hidden gems, which I only know about because of Becca from the Women's Drivers Social Club, who brought us here for a meet earlier this year, and I love it. Great food, so much to look at, and it's so cheap to get in as well. So if you're nearby in the Leicester area, you should definitely come and see this. Well, that's it. We have reached the 24th hour of our challenge, and we did so many of the bits and pieces we wanted to do. And at Kitch's final count, we were the second highest on the mileage, doing, I think it was around, I can't even remember now, some around 874 miles in the last 24 hours. And remember, we had over 100 miles to get down to Peterborough. We had over, I think, over another 100 to get down to Kitch in Southampton. So we are pooped and we are so ready for a nap. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I have no idea what it's going to look like on the edit back because I took a big old sleep in the middle because I was just so exhausted. But it has been such an adventure. And most of all, it's raised a decent amount of cash for Sophie's Legacy, which is such an important charity because it gives to parents and children at what is probably the very worst time in their lives. So we end here at Stonehurst Farm. It's been lovely. We saw the pigs. We had a brilliant meal. We got some bits from the farm shop to eat when we get home. Oh, we're just in heaven. It's a really nice end actually. And also there's a lot of really good classic cars here. Anyway, there are. What? I don't know. Anyway, £16,500 has been raised at this point in the video. If you would like to donate any money yourselves, I've popped a link in the description box below and it will still be live when this video goes out. If you joined us for the live chat, if you cheered us on, if you shared our link, if you joined in any way whatsoever, thank you so much for your support. Now, I'll be back to business as usual next time we meet, but until next time, take care and drive safely.